So today has been a long day. A long day. Hezekiah. A very long day. And I applied for Social Security for my son like 2 years ago, and we've been on the wait list for an appointment for almost a year. Finally got the appointment, and yeah, okay, thank you. All done. Okay, don't get the car on my bed. Thank you. Oh, hey. So, y'all, when people say their faith in the government system is trash, like, I feel it. So, stop. When I applied for Social Security, I knew it was going to be a long process, but I didn't know how long it was going to be for. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. It's still early. I think I'm just exhausted from the day. As you can see, I already put my hair in a scarf because I'm just over it. I'm over it. When I say I'm over it, I'm over it. I'm over it. So when I applied for the program for support, because as you all know, my son has been diagnosed with autism. He also has been diagnosed with ADHD and 2 other things. We'll get into that later. I've accepted that. Y'all know I've been supporting my son. I already knew that there was a disability. That's why I went ahead and got him diagnosed. Right? Okay. So, as you can see, he's overly stimulated right now. This is something that I have to deal with every day. When I say every day, every day. And sometimes it can be very exhausting. I usually don't, as you all know, I don't have my son in the camera as much because I just don't want people to say anything mean. But I can control what people can say. What people will say. However, I can block whomever, or, you know, I'll do what I need to do. So, not that I'm trying to hide my son, but I want to protect my children as much as possible. So, when I had the initial interview applying for Social Security for my son, the person that did the interview called me. My appointment was at 9 o'clock. I made sure my phone was clear. I didn't have any other incoming calls. And when I said hello, he was like, hello. And I was like, hi, yes, I can hear you. And you know they always call from private numbers. He was like, hello. He was like, I can't hear anything. I'm going to disconnect the call. So I'm like, I got all my signal, my whole bar and everything. And this fool disconnected the call. I had to call the national number on my other phone because I kept that phone clear just in case he called back. Was on hold for 45 minutes before somebody came through, got transferred to the local office, and he tried to tell them that I didn't answer when he called back. And I'm just thinking, the fool never called me. So I was like, if I can't talk to him today, because I waited, this appointment, I had to wait. I had to wait until I filled out that application right before the fall at that time, and I got an application right before summertime. So, okay. So I was like, if I can't talk to him, I want to talk to a manager because this is not okay. So he did pass me through to the gentleman. The gentleman was just, it was just something that was just like off. I did the interview. While I was on the interview, he asked me how much did I make, and I told him, and I'm under the impression, and I still believe that this is true, that they have to ask you that information. They want to know how many people live in your household, how much is your rent or your mortgage. I gave him all that information. Now, when I told him how much I made, he paused. I'm in a different tax bracket, okay? Thank God, hallelujah, because I'm a single mom. I live in California. I don't know how I was making it before, but I'm making it, right? Get this car out of my bed. This boy takes this thing everywhere with him. He will drag it through the mud, put a what's it called, Play-Doh on it, kinetic sand, like everything. So y'all want to see, this is what I go through, and it's okay. It's just sometimes some days are great, some days are amazing, some days are beautiful, and then there are some days where it's really, really rough. So yeah. So anyways, back to the situation at hand. So when he asked how much do I pay in rent and mortgage, I told him, he was like, wow, you're able to afford that? And I'm like, I just told you how much I made. Like, I said, is this a question that you're supposed to ask me based off the application? So it was he was indirectly, I don't know, he was really condescending as well too. I didn't appreciate that. However, I got through the process, and I did not file a complaint at that time because there's more to this. When he processed my application through to the person that did the assessment, she was scheduling me appointments I had no knowledge about. He had to do two assessments, and someone texted me at 7:00 the night before an appointment and said, I'm confirming your appointment for Hezekiah, and I just want to make sure you have everything you need. And I called the number, of course they didn't answer, and I was just like, hold on, like what? I texted the number back. I said, what appointment? So I was like, I can't come to, it was like 8:00 in the morning on a Saturday morning, and I had something to do. I had no knowledge of this appointment. So I didn't even know I had a caseworker for intake. Called the office. They were like, oh, your caseworker didn't send you any information. I was like, no, I know nothing about this. They were like, oh, well, here's her information. So I called her. She didn't answer. Unfortunately, I had to reschedule the appointment because I had another obligation and commitment, right? Okay, so she was like, if you miss appointments, you're not gonna be eligible. I said, well, ma'am, with all due respect, I didn't get any information in regards to the appointment. She was like, well, we sent it, blah, blah, blah. I said, can you confirm the address that you sent it to? She was like, well, I have everything here. I said, no, can you confirm the address that you sent it to? And she confirmed it. I said, that's my address, but when did you send it? She could never tell me when she sent it. Y'all, literally, I got the paperwork the same date that I called her. She marked that paperwork, and I got it 2 days later, and I called her and I said, I got an envelope, but this was the day that I called you for the in regards to me maybe missing the appointment. She's like, oh yeah, our printer was down that day, so the initial paperwork we sent you, we never sent you, right? So I said, ma'am, on this date, you tried to penalize me for missing an appointment that you scheduled, and you literally swore up and down that I got the paperwork, and I never did. And then you send me paperwork the day that I called you and dated it that day. She's like, we're not going to talk about that. I said, oh yes, we are. She's like, she said, I'm giving you an excuse and exception. I said, I should not be penalized whatsoever. She's like, well, if you miss another appointment, you're not going to be eligible. I said, I don't understand what that animosity is for. I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss anything, because I had no knowledge that you were my worker. I never got any communication from you. I'm the one calling around doing all this work because we've been on the wait list for so long. So I had a really, and my thing is this, I try to be respectful and kind, even when someone is being a jerk, because at the end of the day, it's not about them. It's not about me. It's about my son. I'm just trying to get him some support. Now, with all that being said, I went through everything that they asked me to. I didn't miss no appointments. They did state from this, he had to see a psychiatrist and a speech therapist. And they both told me that, yes, he does fall under the scope of needing services. And the psychiatrist had said, whatever you do, you need to fight for your son. He said, people are not too nice in this field and you need to fight for them. He said, I'm writing my letter of recommendation and we are going to process this paperwork as soon as possible. Okay, thank you. Even with a speech therapist, same thing, right? Okay, cool. So in the meantime, I am calling for about 2 months straight the gentleman, the one that had the initial case, because I'm like, I don't know, is there anything else I need to do, because this lady is giving me a headache. So he was like, he never answered none of my calls. And when he would call me, would never tell us call me from a blocked number. Never sent nothing in the mail, nothing. Okay. I don't know, this is crazy. I don't know what type of game these people are playing, but it's rather annoying, right? So at this point, I'm like, okay, Lord, everyone is telling me I need to fight for my son, because there's obviously some game that people are playing. I don't know, but just put me in the path of the right people, please, because it's only one of me. You know, I'm giving it the best that I got. Okay, cool. So, another month went by. I called the lady and I asked her what's the status of the file. You know what she says? His file is closed. I said, what do you mean his file is closed? There was no follow-up from the appointments. She was like, well, you missed appointments. I said, I didn't miss anything. I said, on this date, I talked to you. On this date, you told me I had an appointment on this time. This day, you told me I had another appointment. So why is his file closed? She's like, his file is closed. Just like brushing me off the phone. I was like, I need to speak to your supervisor. I said, because I feel like you're being rude. You're being disrespectful. I'm trying to get support. And I said, you're supposed to help me advocate and you're not doing any of this. So she's like, oh, fine. This is their phone number and blah, 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 blah. This idiot gave me her phone number as a supervisor. So what I did was I found her office number, called and filed a complaint with the manager. They gave me some sideways apology. She closed my file, but she closed it and sent it back to the Social Security office. She didn't tell me that. So like I said, I don't know what's going on. That's why I'm calling people, asking people for support and for help. Like, I don't know what's going on. This is all new to me. So after that, I'm trying to get in contact with the guy. He not answering. Okay, cool. I tried to call the help desk number. I'm on the phone for literally 3 hours. 3 hours on hold. I get someone and she says, well, I'll have him call you. I said, no. I said, he calls from a blocked number. He never sends any indication that he's calling. And I literally call him right back and it goes straight to voicemail. And I call again and the same thing. She's like, okay, let me chat him. She's sitting there. I'm like, are you still there? You know, she's like, oh yeah. He chatted back and said he's on the phone with another client. He'll call you back. I said, can he call me back today? Well, we're getting ready to close in 3 hours. I don't care. Like, I need to know what's going on. So 2 weeks later, because I had everything dated, someone calls me from the office. And usually when they say they're calling from the office, usually they say they're calling on recorded line. This person called me and said, hey, my coworker is getting ready to call you. He is going to deny your son's case because you make too much money. He's like, I just want to tell you so that you'll know. And I said, I've been trying to get this done for a couple of years now. Like, this is like really, I said, so when he did my intake, he had all of the requirements there. He could have told me at that time. How is it that they're going based off of my income? I'm a one person income for 3 people in the household. He was like, I'm sorry. He said, I'm just letting you know, just so that you know. He said, I know it's very upsetting. And in my mind, I'm just thinking like, something is weird going on in this office, because how's it that his coworker called me and like gave me a tip, like, hey, this is what's about to happen to your case, your son's case. And it's just like, why is my son being penalized? they sent a letter. They said, yes, he is, disabled. He's disabled. They've acknowledged he's disabled. They acknowledge that he needs services. But because of my income, they refuse to provide him financial services. And I'm like, I live in California. Rent is sky high. This is no one's fault. I'm not blaming anybody. Yes, these are my children. But I've also worked my butt off to get to where I'm at career-wise. I have worked so hard. I've been diligent. I've been planting positive seeds. I've been, doing everything that I can and just trying to stay on the clear path. Just making right decisions, treating people nice and kind because it's the right thing to do. And then I'm thrown, like a wrench. You know what I mean? Like, I got to fix this problem. So I'm like, also, my son has been on the ABA list for the past year. That office called me on a Friday, right before they closed. Friday, I'm wrapping up my work week. Check the message on Saturday. They didn't open up till Monday. Call them on Monday. Oh, well, since you didn't answer on Friday, we sent his referral back to the doctor. Why would you do that? You didn't even give me 24 business hours to call you back. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, why are people this way? Why are people doing this? I don't know. With that being said, I gotta do something. Like, I gotta do something. I don't know what's wrong with people. I can only file, so many complaints. I have to fight for my child to make sure he gets what he needs, because school also told me, they asked me, they said, hey, has he getting ABA therapy? I said, no, we've been on the wait list. This is before I found out that they referred me, they sent the referral back. Oh, I said, no. They said, oh. I said, how many hours a week is he getting speech therapy again? Well, the speech therapist went out before the holiday season. We don't know when they're returning. I've had it. When I say I've had it, I've had it. Like, I've been working so hard with him. I've been so diligent with just doing the best that I can. But this is so overwhelming and it's so annoying. I am only one person, and I send him to school to get support. I filled out applications for services. So I don't know. I'm going to be working. Don't get up. You understand? Yeah. So I've been in this pressure cooker for a minute now. And I feel like, yes. No. Okay, here's your car. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to give him some support. I'm going to do the best that I can. I gotta fight. I gotta keep fighting, because to me, this makes no sense at all. Like, there are services out here. People are wasting time. He's only getting older. And like I said, it hasn't been all bad. I'm not trained for this. All I can do is pray and ask God to give me guidance on what is it that I can do. There's only so much that I can do. I have to pray for patience, because learning more and more about autism, people with special needs, and it's a real patience thing, like a real patience thing. And when I tell you that I don't know all of what I'm doing, but I'm doing as much research as I can as possible. Just think about how many other families have been impacted by something like this. Just sitting here waiting. Now, I've been diligent. I got him in school at the age of, I got him diagnosed and I got him in school. And you better sit down. And I feel like, stop. I feel like early intervention was the best thing that I could do for my son. Because like I said, it is just me. But also, he's a human as well, too. And I have to make sure that I get him, you know, situated to where he can be able to, you know, to have good life skills. I also found out, sit down, sit down, sit down. You got to sit down. I also found out that, Hezekiah, stop. Calm down, okay? Okay, you got to calm down, okay? I also found out that they know about this. Stop. Found out that there is, and I think I found this out through one of the Facebook groups or whatever for parents with autism, that not everyone who's in high school gets on track for high school diploma. For those who are in special education, they can give you a certificate of like completion, but not everybody will get a diploma. Yes, he's only in elementary school, but this is something that, you know, I have to figure out. I asked his teacher, I said, what track do you have him on? Do you have him on a certificate track or high school diploma? She's like, oh, I have to look into it. You have his file in front of you. Look it up. Yes, it's annoying. But you know what? I'm about to get back in that ring and I'm about to fight, because I'm not taking nothing from nobody. Not when it comes to my child, none of my children. I'm just not going to do it, because at the end of the day, I have to be here for them and I have to be an advocate for them. So with that being said, I got to go because my son is doing too much right now and I need to help him zen and calm. So thanks for listening to my rant. This is what I'm going through right now. This is why I tell you, I don't know where my channel is going. And this is why I try to be careful about what I do post 9 times out of 10, because I feel like at the end of the day, I may be able to help someone. I don't, in some type of way. I don't want to lose myself in this. I know that there's a lot of parents out here, they literally sacrifice their whole life to take care of their children. I feel like you should make your children our priority. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm so very just stuck on getting him services, getting him what he needs. And to be on different wait lists for so long and people just treat you like a number, it hurts really bad. Like, I tried to do this video before this, and it was just a hot mess. Because, yeah, I was upset. I was hurt. Like, my heart was just like crushed. And I'm just thinking, you guys are penalizing my son because of what I worked so hard to do. But because I need my income to stay afloat. Because this is what it takes to live out here. So, I don't know. I'm going to get ready to, like, get him together, get my daughter together. And we're going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of our night. So, just be kind to people. You never know what somebody's going through. You really don't. You never know. Sometimes I feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders because I'm thinking for 3 people at one time. And being a single mother, it's really hard at times, especially when you have a child that needs extra support and care. And sometimes you can't always, you know, keep going on your path like you want to day to day. Sometimes you got to stop. Sometimes you got to stop. And sometimes you just got to sit there and just cater to the one that needs the most care at that time. Sometimes you just got to do that. And I don't regret it because, like I said, God makes no mistakes. However, it's my prayer that I'm able to get through this with more patience, more understanding. And that's why I have to really get more information on knowing my rights as a parent and the rights of someone who has special needs. And yeah, because I got to do more research. I don't know. So I know I'm not the only one. It don't make it feel good either. That's very disheartening. I know I'm not the only one, but that's what I got going on right now. There's more to come. I'm working on something. I'm not going to talk about it too much right now because I'm actually taking a year to work on it so I can do it the right way. But I feel like it's very important right now that like I said, that I get things, and I got to get things in order, because we're not doing any of this. I will be getting my son some support more than what I can offer, because I'm not trained, and I will do the best that I will do the best that I can for him as well too, because he deserves it. Got to give him a fighting chance. I'll see y'all later. All right, y'all. Peace. Bye.